Good morning, friends. Today I want to make a quick video of how to set up your chart so that you can trade effectively and profitably. You're looking at my chart of the E-mini for Thursday, April 20th. So here's my chart, the way it looks before I set it up. Now, I set my chart up before the market opens. Here's how I do it. I start out with the Taylor Trading Calculator. Now, George Taylor developed a system that determines where the market is likely to trade on the following day, using calculations based on averages of open, high, low, and closing prices. If you haven't heard of the Taylor book method or Taylor trading technique, you should get yourself a copy of Taylor's book. It's difficult to read, but be well worthwhile the expense, the investment. So here's my Taylor calculator that I developed using Taylor's formulas that give me an indication of where the market is likely to trade the following day. And I start out, and by the way, all the formulas are built into this calculator. I don't do any calculations. All I do is enter the date and four numbers. And here in the left-hand column is the date, and the four numbers are the open, high, low, close on that date for the market that I'm trading. I trade the E-minis. You could trade whatever other market you choose. Stock, futures, crypto, whatever, they're all the same. Taylor's calculator works equally well for any of them. So here on April 19th, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the open, high, low, and close. The open was 41.58. The high was 41.87. The low was 41.57. And the close was 41.78. And then what I do is I take these next columns and I drag across the previous day, and then I grab the fill handle and I just drop down one row. Okay? And what you just saw is the Taylor formulas calculating the next day's projected resistance point, the projected resistance for the following day, 41.89. Now, I do the same thing for the next series of columns, which is the Taylor support number. And the Taylor support number for today is projected at 41.60. And here in the next column, I drag down to the range being 30 points. So it's going to be a narrow range for today, Thursday the 20th. And the calculator did all the calculations. All the calculations are built into this already. So then I go to my chart, and here's my chart, and my resistance was 41.89, my support was 41.60. So then I go over to my chart and I want to draw that area using a parallel channel, and I'm using TradingView over here. So here I'm drawing I'm going to 9:30, 41.89, where is that? Right over here at 9:30. This is a 3-minute candle chart, so 9:30, I'm going to draw this out to 1600 hours, and right there to 41.60. Right there. Okay, so here are my Taylor numbers represented on my chart, 41.89, 41.60. Now I want to add one more thing onto this chart, and that is the previous day's close. This is Wednesday's close. So I go back to my Taylor numbers, and the previous day's close was 41.78. So I'm going to draw a horizontal line on my chart at 41.78. 41.78. Okay, so I have my chart set up for today, and I do this before the market opens, before 9:30. I have all this information available previously before the market opened. And so my chart is set up, and this is how you should set up your chart. Now, what do I look for in trading? I use the previous day's close, Taylor's trading zone calculations, plus 6 trade setups that I teach in my course, GST, TMC, gap, support and resistance, time and price, trend, momentum, and candlestick. There are only 6 trade setups, my friends, that you have to know. And you also want to know a few things based on your experience, right? One of the things that you should know is or to look for is the intraday high or low. And you use that with Taylor. And the intraday low looks to be right about over here. So far, it's just after 11 a.m. And the intraday low, unless this is taken out, this is going to be the intraday low. And so the Taylor calculator is going to give me the projected support, the projected resistance, and I know from my measurements that the previous day's close was up here at 41.78. So here's my chart and how it's set up. Now, number one, if you are a beginner trader, an intermediate trader, the best trade for you, the best trade to shoot for is the gap trade. Now, market opened up down here today at 9:30. Market opened at 41.46, and the gap over here was 41.78. So we have a 32-point potential profit if the prices close the gap today. We also have the trading zone. Now, there's only 30 points between the resistance and support. And using the Taylor numbers, I can transpose this because I know that typically if the market is going to trade 30 points, Taylor numbers are particularly accurate for the range. Now, this range is 30 points. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to clone this chart. I'm going to actually copy it, and I'm going to bring it down to the intraday low, which is right over here, okay? The intraday low. And I'm going to change the color on this. I'm going to change it to, let me change it to purple. Nevertheless, if the Taylor calculations are correct and the market is going to traverse 30 points, then I would expect the market to not really close the gap, or might not close the gap, but I would expect the market to trade up here at 41.74 if the market does trade within a 30-point range, okay? So that's how I figure the market. That's how I set up my chart. That's how you can set up your chart. If you're interested in learning how to trade, whether you're trading E-minis or any other stock or commodity or futures, you can learn more at my course at timelessdollar.com. Under the link Trading Resources, there's an E-mini trading course right here. You can register for this course. It's not expensive, and it'll teach you all you have to know about trading. You can also get the Taylor Trading Calculator. That's my Taylor calculator that you can get and use for any market. The Taylor trading technique is used by almost all professional traders because it is the next best thing to a crystal ball for any day trader. So that's my video for today. Sorry about being long-winded, but I think you learned something. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Marv Eisen of Timeless Dollar Trading Academy, and I'll see you in my next video.